Boats have always been a part of my life. Spending my summers on the shores of Lake Superior, we were always in and on the water. For the youngest years of my childhood, we had an old wooden sailboat. It was a Class X, or Cub, boat. Every summer, when we'd want to put the boat in the water, there was always a long ritual of recaulking the spaces in between the planks that made up the boat's bottom and then repainting it. Preparation of the boat seemed to take forever, but eventually we'd have it ready to go into the water. Almost as soon as the boat was in the water, though, it would sink to the bottom like a stone. We'd bail and pump the water out and wait for the planks to swell up, and eventually most of the water would stay on the outside of the boat, and we'd spend the next weeks happily sailing from one end of the harbor to the other. When I was about 13, my father decided to replace the old wooden boat with a more modern fiberglass one, thinking that without the hassle of fixing it up every year, we'd get more sailing time in. I spent my youth on that boat, sailing for hours at a time, sometimes packing a lunch so I wouldn't have to come ashore when I got hungry. I'd always trail a few cans of Coke and a net off the back of the boat to keep them cold in Superior's icy water. My sailing journeys rarely had a plan or destination. I just loved the feeling of being free and getting to move through the water with no rhyme or reason. Now, my sons Griffith and Luca are sailing that same boat. They are learning the nuances of how the boat moves with the wind and waves, and they're getting accustomed to the way the water sounds against the hull, and that feeling of the boat accelerating when the sails catch a gust of wind. I'm so glad that my children have the chance to sail and experience that joy that comes with a random ramble on the water. And I'm happy that they have that bit of continuity with my past.